Just had some things pop up on my mind that I wanted to talk about. So I'm here and the kids are asleep. They're taking a nap, but I'm trying things a little different here in the new year. So I'm slowing all of that down. Not to say that I didn't do it at all, but I did that yesterday. We just keep it to one day instead of all the weekend. But wanted to take some time to sit down and start setting some goals. I'm trying to provide better than was provided to me, and that's not just financially, because financially I had a pretty good upbringing, but I mean emotionally, mentally, I didn't really have a lot of that fulfillment growing up. I didn't really have a connection with many people. It's been a learning experience really my whole life, just learning, listening, paying attention. Realize that my parents left me something much better than a house and a car. They left me with genes that they passed on, and I have pretty good genes. Realize that the situation you're in is only temporary. You never know what that might be teaching you, what you're supposed to learn from that situation. So you can't think negative all the time because you're going through something, because that negative is it's not negative, it's a lesson.
Nothing is negative.
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson.
Whether it's supposed to make you stronger, it's supposed to make you realize something, you're supposed to learn something from it to help you get to the bigger picture, to the beautiful future you want.
Take down that stubborn brick wall of negativity, like always me, this is why it's me. And sit back and act like a student. Act like you're a student, and life is a big classroom.
Yeah, and be thankful in spite of.
And be thankful. I mean, how many people actually lock their door and walk down the stairs, get in the car, and drive looking for somebody to help? How many people do that? Once you start doing that, you'll see how much your life will change. You'll see how much negative energy is just shielded. It's just like you got a force field around you. And you see negative stuff, but it's just bouncing off you. You don't even really recognize it anymore because you're such in a positive zone. I mean, it's real.
You want to have financial balance, spiritual balance. You want health-wise, you want healthy balance, and you want balance in your relationships. First of all, financial balance, that's pretty much up to you. If you're an entrepreneur, pursue that. Talk to some people, network, try to figure out how you can make your real dream come true. For those people who aren't business minded, then get a job. Get a better job. Whether you got to go gain some new skills, education, do it. I mean, what else you going to be doing in the meanwhile? Just for a short period of time, focus and get it done. And then in the long run, you'll be making more money. So, think about that. Just think about how you can improve your finances if you feel like they're a problem. And health-wise, think about that. Just think about how you can improve your finances if you feel like they're a problem. And health-wise, it's okay to do things a little different. I became a vegetarian almost 6 years ago because in my family, high blood pressure and diabetes runs rampant, and I don't want that. I don't want to be responsible for taking a pill. I didn't like that idea. So when the doctor told me he was trying to put me in a high blood pressure pill, you might think I'm crazy to this day because they still eat the way we used to eat. However, I don't. And it's okay to be different. It's okay to make a change. And then when we talk about our relationships, it's not just whether you are married or in a relationship with your significant other. It's relationships, period. Mother, daughter, auntie, niece relationships, sister relationships, sister-brother relationships. Just work on it. And in some cases it's going to take time, but hey, we have time right now. We want to utilize the time right now because we don't know the time we're going to have. And then there's spiritual. A lot of people mix religious with spiritual. They mix it up. It's really not the same thing. Okay, to be spiritual is within you. You know, you can be spiritual. Like I just really want to give an example of how I became spiritual, because you know we went to Christian church when I was a teenager. We were Baptist, and we went to church, and you know it was good. You know, I have nothing bad to say about the church. I have nothing bad to say about the people in the church. It is what it is. We all try to reach to the next level. You know, and some people go a little slower with becoming Christ-like, and some people are already there. You know, however, when we stopped going to church for personal reasons, family issues, you know, started happening. And when we stopped going, it became a disconnect between I'm happy, I'm living in Jesus, Jesus got my back, everything gonna be okay. It became a disconnect because we were no longer going to the place where we got that religious feeling from. You know, but when you're spiritual, you don't have to go to church to get that from God. Because when you're spiritual, you understand that God is inside of us. We are God. God is who we are. And we just have to bring that out. And you know, when you go to church, you tithe, you know, and you give offerings. But when you're spiritual, you do the same thing, but you don't go to the church to do it. You do it in your everyday life. Like if you're walking down the street, there's a homeless person with a bucket, you put money in. That's part of your tithing, you know, but you're just giving to your community. You're giving to your surroundings versus putting it in a bucket in a church. You know, and a lot of people make jokes about how the pastor driving a Cadillac and he got a house out in the suburbs, but you know, really what they say is you did your just due by giving. You don't have any control over what they do with it after you give, but just as long as you give, God is going to know that you gave, and He's going to bless you. Well, if I'm giving homeless men $1 every single day I walk past on my way to work, then God is still going to bless me because I'm still giving. You know, if my coworker has a box of candy bars that she's selling for her daughter's school and I buy some throughout the week, I'm giving. And the purpose is to give because you want to give to receive, because you want to receive the blessings that you get from giving. That's the key. That's the key. You know, if you have a bubbly personality, then let people see it. Somebody's going to need your personality and your energy to influence their life. Trust me, somebody. And you never know who. You know, and I love how, you know, I'm speaking about spiritual life, because when you go to church and you have this person that you look up to deliver that word of God to you, say you start backsliding or you start sinning and you decide to stop going to church. Therefore, you have a disconnect between the word of God and you, because you stopped going to the place where you were getting the word of God. But see, in your spiritual life, the word of God comes from ordinary people. It might be a stranger. It might be a friend you ain't talked to in a long time. It might be a coworker. Someone's been watching you. Someone's been watching how you're always happy, how you're always positive. Someone's been watching how you give. Someone's been watching how you receive. Somebody's been watching. But every now and then, God will send you someone to give you either a pat on the back or tell you that you're not doing something right. Okay, that stranger that walks up to you and compliments you about your hair or something you have on or your shoes, you know, don't take it as a coincidence. You know, be happy about it and say thank you, but also pass on the compliments to others. Because see what, or something you have on or your shoes, you know, don't take it as a coincidence. You know, be happy about it and say thank you, but also pass on the compliments to others. Because see what happens is you get people to walk up to you out of the blue that just are so excited about how you've been acting towards them or how you've treated them, or they're just going to give you some word from God. And just don't take it lightly. When these good things happen, it's just them giving you a pat on the back. Really, it's just God giving you a pat on the back. He's just using people to do it. So when someone comes to work and they have a gift for you, like the other day, my friend Charlene gave me a purse that I saw when she first got it, and I loved it, but it was a gift from her boyfriend, so of course I couldn't be like, let me get that. But they broke up, and she no longer wanted the purse, so now I have the purse. And it's like, wow, the mind is a powerful thing. You can really, really attract things into your life that you want, but you have to be patient, because it's not always going to happen fast. As far as health wise, I'm not a big exercise person at the moment. I have been in the past. Stopped and went. As long as we walk 20 minutes a day, that's supposed to be good for our health. So hey, let's do it.